welcome back. It is Thursday night, and I appreciate everybody being patient and going an hour later tonight. It looks like we've got more folks on, so maybe 7 o'clock's a better time. So if it is a better time for you, please drop that in the comments. I'm so happy you're here. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already so that you can get notifications when we go live. I am back in this room, which is my normal now, my new home for my studio, and I love it. We're still working out a few little different kinks in here, but I'm really loving the space, and I think it's going to be super fun to work in. You can see my new studio back behind here. I have posted some pictures and some videos of the new space, and I hope you're enjoying that. We worked on air conditioning today. That was our thing, wasn't it, John? And oh my gosh, we need air. It's hot in Oklahoma. I don't know if it's hot where you are, but it is super steamy here. And I really just need I need the air conditioning to really crank itself up. So tonight we're going to go over the next fantastic, lovely book that we've been working on. I had more messages about than I've received on any of the books that we have done so far, which is just hysterical to me. I don't know what it is about Prickly Poppy, but I really love this one. So I'm going to show you a couple of little tricks tonight on that. But I'll give you kind of an update on what's going on in my world and in my studio. I'll tell you a couple of funny stories tonight. I should have shown some videos, but gosh, you guys, it's been kind of crazy day, and I didn't get to load anything. But last Friday, my friends and I took. Is there something wrong? Oh, it's rubbing on. Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Friday, I took the day off with my friends, and we decided to go float Flint Creek in Oklahoma. And if you've never been there, it's quite a show. And we had the best time. 3 old ladies floating around in tubes on Flint Creek. And at one point we were like, is that a waterfall? Like, surely that's not a waterfall. It's probably just road noise that we were hearing, because there's a highway that goes over the creek. Sure enough, yeah, there's a 10-foot drop off the looked like an infinity pool, and we're like, well, that's not going to work very well for us. So we all, 2 of the 3 jumped out, and the one that did not jump out, that decided to sit in the lounge, you know who you are. And it starts with a C and ends with era. So anyways, but Jeannie and I got strained muscles. I'm sure if Jeannie didn't, I did. I've been in pain for the last several days. My back's killing me. My stomach muscles that have not been used in I don't know how long, they're killing me. So you guys are lucky that I'm upright and that I can breathe today. So that's number one. So really good time. I had a fantastic. Finally hit their birthdays, and we're done with birthdays for the year. I felt like every time I turned around, there was a kid's birthday. But they're all birthdayed out now, so we're all good. Tonight we're going to talk about Prickly Poppy. Again, like I said, you guys have been. It's been kind of funny. You guys have been just really freaking out over this one, and I do know why, and also I'm going to give you some tricks. Okay, so John, do you want to give me camera 2? He's gonna learn how to do this tonight. And it's breaking up. Let's see if that works. Well, maybe I shouldn't have turned it off. I am a 50-year-old lady that needs her fan. Anyway, if y'all start seeing me sweat, let me know. But anyways, Prickly Poppy. Okay, so I did you guys a favor, and did myself a favor, I should say, and I went ahead and made one of the corner blocks. So this one it's not really hard, actually. If you follow exactly the instructions in the book, it tells you exactly what to cut. And I think we get intimidated sometimes how we do that, which is what I have pre-cut here. This is exactly how it tells you to do it in the book. Did it die? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let me try to switch the mic. Let's try to do the Mac mic. It may not be as clear, but is everybody hearing me now? Can everybody hear me now? I hope everybody can hear me now. No sound? It's better. Okay. All right, good. Thank you. And now you need to turn the fan back on because. Unless that was the problem. Can I get an amen, you guys? Like the fan? Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to do it the way the book says it. And then I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how I would do it. And I haven't actually made the other one yet. So we're going to make it together. So we're going to start though with this. And I had already made the half square triangle. And I feel like that might have thrown some of you guys off. Don't let it. It tells you to use, I think you go to page 14 and it tells you in step 5 how to do that block. And it's pretty simple. Like you need to cut it exactly how it says. And then you're just going to draw a diagonal line and sew on each side and cut it down the middle. And that's it. It is exactly, Christy, yes, you got to have a fan, girl. Oh, yes. Everybody take a deep breath with me. Yes. Okay. So I've already done the half square triangle. This will measure out to 1 3/4 inches. Okay. So when you end up doing this later, you'll understand why I'm telling you that now. But this ends up being 1 3/4 inches. Then you're going to take your other square and you're cutting it on the diagonal. You take the small section and you're going to put it here and you're going to stitch here, right? And then you're going to take your other small side and you're going to stitch it on the other side. Okay. But you're stitching to the red. So you're stitching your short sides to the red. So we're going to do that now. I'm going to put this, and you can pin it. I'm not pinning it because I'm just going to wing it tonight. John's going to, there we go. We're going to wing this one tonight. Whoops. And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to lay it back down and make sure I've got it right. There we go. Oh my gosh. How's everybody's summer going? Is anybody doing any fun trips? John and I actually just booked our first international trip, which is kind of crazy. Like we've been married for 27 years and it's our first big trip that we're going to take next year with our friends. The one who wouldn't jump out of the lounger. And then we are going to Paris next year. And I'm just so excited. We're going to go on a river cruise and it's going to be amazing. Okay. You can also cut these little dog ears off if you want. I'm going to just because I'm going to make it look pretty. Okay. And I'll also cut this one exactly like it says in the book. It will work exactly the way you expect it to. So we're going to put the points on each other, and I'm going to pin this because it is a little bigger than I want it to be with me wiggling around up here. So I'm going to pin these. I'm going to pin both ends. Just got back from Denmark. Ooh, that sounds lovely. My gosh. I've got to go on more. I've got to go exploring more. My friends have been traveling a lot. I've got friends Rochelle's going to Scotland. She's taking a bunch of people to Scotland, and there it is. So you can see how really pretty this turns out. So if you're confused about this, let me know. Drop a comment if you had a question about the way the book tells you to do this. If you do it exactly like the book tells you, you're going to have a perfect square. I'm going to cut those little tails off because we don't want that mess in there. Okay. So then that is going to go right there. And I've already pre-cut all these pieces because this is simple. you're just going to stitch these together, and you know how to do that. You don't need me to show you how to do that. Okay, this is going to be the other way I would recommend doing it. If you don't feel like cutting things on an eighth, which is all, I mean, it can be a little intimidating, I think. And so I don't know that everybody wants to do that. What foot are you using on your Juki? I struggle with quarter inch. This is the 1/4 inch seam foot. I got this from Primitive Gatherings, Lisa Bonjean. So I definitely recommend that foot. It's fantastic. Good question. So I've got triangle paper, and this is one of my favorite things. I've talked a lot about that this series. I use the triangle paper from Fat Quarter Shop. I think theirs is the best, and I like being able to store it and put it away when I need to. So this one is actually, you're going to use, for this one, you're going to use the H150. And the reason you're going to use the H150, so H150 is really going to finish this out. It would be normally saying, I'm going to finish this out at, wait a minute, this isn't right. Am I using the right one? This is wrong. I think this is wrong. Wait a minute. No, it isn't. This is correct. This is H150. So this is going to, when I open this up, it's going to be, I had to think about it. It's going to be a 2-inch unfinished, but it'd be a 1.5 finished if you were actually going to use it as a 1.5, but you're not going to. You're going to cut this down. So I'm going to show you want to stitch. You're going to stitch on these stitch lines, and then we'll cut it apart. So I'm going to do that right now. Man, I had to think about that for a second. It's been a long day. I probably should have reduced my stitch length, and I did not. So my long arm is coming, well, it's here, and it's been sitting in my living room for like, how long has it been sitting in the living room? About a month. John's kind of sick of seeing it sitting in the living room, I'm pretty sure, just as sick as I am. And but I talked to Jeremy Walters today, Angela's husband, and he is coming on the 20th to set up, and I'm so excited. Okay, now we're going to trim. We're going to trim this off, and you just go around the edges and trim it off, and then we'll go right down the middle, and we'll have lovely half square triangles that are bigger than what it calls for. And if you remember, I told you at the very beginning, we're going to get that down to 1 3/4 inches because that's what it needs to be. So now I'm going to cut this down the middle. And we're going to rip that off. Any questions yet tonight? Everybody's having a good summer so far. Anybody else do any traveling? I'm going to press this down. Try to convince hubby to let me do a bus trip for a 5-day show. Oh, that's fantastic. He didn't like that idea. John, would you be okay with me doing a... He's like, he needs to think about that. Okay. So now we've got this 2-inch, and it should measure 2 inches, and it does. You'll see this 2 inches. So now what we want to do is cut this down to 1 3/4. So that's what we're going to do next. And I like having my diagonal line here. You can kind of see that diagonal. I am going to put this on the 1 3/4 inch mark and make sure it's lined up nice and straight. And it is. So I'm going to cut that. And now we've got our 1 3/4. We've been at the lake in our camper a lot. Oh, we have not been in our camper, not one single time this entire year. Drove to Oregon for a family wedding. Hubby let me fabric. Oh, you know what? Oregon is like one of my all-time favorites. It is so good. Okay. Went to Coronado Island. Kimberly, we love Coronado Island, except John does not love driving over the bridge to get to Coronado Island. He is not a fan. Yes, it's stressful with him. Okay. So we're going to lay this back out. Again, remember we're going to be stitching towards the red. We want our short ends by the red and our straights. So this is going to go just like this. And you're going to notice I cut these way bigger than they needed to be. And that's okay because I'm going to trim that down too. So we're going to go ahead and stitch this down like it should be. Got any more questions? This is all, and guys, you only have to do this if you're scared to like not to use those very tiny markings, because it can be intimidating. I think I have to do this every time, you guys. Is anybody else like that? I have to sit here every single time and go, oh, and it goes like that. And then you'll see what we do next, because we're going to trim that 1/4 inch away from that. Okay, there we go. And it looks just like that. You can see I have excess, but that's okay. We're going to trim all that down. Okay. Now, what I do here, what's the name of the quilt behind you? This one is Sew by Row. It is a Lori Holt. It's so cute. Okay, I'm going to take my diagonal line. I'm going to put it on that bottom edge. I don't know if you can see that. I'm quilting end to end on my embroidery machine. Oh, very nice. Okay, and then you've got your 1/4 inch line here. So I'm going to put my 1/4 inch line right there on the corner of that red and make sure that I line up this bottom edge. Make sure it's nice and straight, and make sure I don't cut off my 1/4 inch off the tip. There we go. So now I didn't have to really worry about all those little points and whatnot. I just went ahead and trimmed it down. Same goes for this. If you know what your finishing block is going to be, right, then you know what you're going to end up trimming the whole thing down. So I just made this bigger. So I'm going to just stitch this down. You can see like it's bigger than what it needs to be. This just makes it easier if you're intimidated by those little wonky, pesky little 1/8 inch markings. And I'm going to stitch this down. And there you have it, just like that. So I'm going to press this open. Not open, I'll just press it down. And now you can see it's oversized. We're going to get it down to what it needs to be. And this is going to measure 3 inches. It's a 3-inch block. And I know that because I just measured it. So we're going to go 3 inches square. And it should be landing right there in the corners. Can you guys see? Yep. And this is going to touch that point. I'm slipping around a little bit tonight. There you go. And there we have it. So we've got, oh, hello. There we go. So now we have, this one was made oversized, cutting it down. And then this one was made just by the block, by the book. So hopefully that was really helpful to you. I'm not going to go through the other one. It's just the very exact same. Now that you've seen it once, you've seen it. So I don't know which method do you prefer? Do you like trimming it down, or because you don't have a ton of waste? It's totally worth it. This is the waste I have right here. What are the grippy dots on your ruler? I don't really have grippy dots. Creative Grids has a little grip on the back of them. They still slide a little bit, to be honest, but they're not bad. I would much prefer having those little, being able to see through my ruler, to be honest, than doing it that way. I'd love to know which way did you like better? Do you like doing it the way the book has it, or do you want to trim it down? I'd love to know what your thoughts are. All right, John, let's go to one single camera. Any questions? I need a little trash can up here. Trimming down. April Boyd, you like to trim it down. I understand. It's easier. I mean, it is easier. You don't really have to think as much. You're like, okay, then if I need to get to 1 3/4. So hopefully you wrote those down. I'll put them in the description tonight if you need me to just say, hey, what did I need to start out at? So we're going after, if you're going to do H150 paper, you need to make sure you trim it down to 1 3/4. And then on your whites, on the triangles on the side, I just cut those bigger. So they are typically going to be, where's the B, A, B, 2 1/8. I went 2 1/2. Just go 2 1/2, trim, cut it diagonal, and then you can trim it down. It makes it super easy. Okay. And that's it, you guys. This one was super simple. I have not finished it because I've not had a sewing machine set up. I've not had my room set up. So I haven't been able to actually sew anything. So tonight's actually been the first time, John, that I've been able to sew, which is so good. It felt so good to like get back on my Juki. This weekend, I'm planning, I've got podcasts coming out on Saturday with Rochelle, but I'm going to starch some fabric Saturday, and I'm going to be working on Mad Hatter of my friend John at Art East. I've got 2 quilt kits from him. But tonight, I kind of want to know, what is your favorite Christmas colors? And red and green, if it's red and green, that's great. But I think everybody kind of steers a little different. And as we go through, I'm working on looking at Christmas quilt kits. You guys are all fans of Christmas quilt kits coming. So I need to look at that, and I want to understand, like, what kind of colors are you looking for? So tonight, those are the questions. What kind of colors are you looking for in a Christmas quilt kit? And like, what colorways? Like red, green. I've seen pinks and greens. I've seen pink, green, and red. I've seen burgundies. Like, what colors are you kind of looking for this Christmas season? And then the other thing is, did you like 7 o'clock better than 6 o'clock? I'd like to know, so that we know, like, hey, if we need to change it out, we can. So yeah, Melissa, you like blue and white and silver. Ooh, that would be beautiful, actually. And then you could maybe keep those out during like January. Wouldn't have to necessarily just be during the Christmas season. That'd be really cool. That's a good idea. All right. That was too simple. I feel like this went so fast. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Red and gold, definitely. Oh, and 7's great. 7's great. Everybody's liking 7. Jewel tones and 7. Okay. Well, maybe we'll switch to 7 o'clock. Okay. Red and white and 7 o'clock. Okay. That might be great for everybody. It sounds like 7's kind of getting in a different little wheelhouse, so we might have to move it. Either time's good. Red, pinks, greens. You know, if you like reds, pinks, and greens, Lella Boutique, you just can't go wrong. She's got such good, like, oh my gosh, all her stuff is so good. All right, we're gonna close it down. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. We'll make sure to respond to those. But thanks for joining tonight. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you again next Thursday night. And I'll say, let's do 7 o'clock. I'll make sure everybody knows. So see you guys. Bye. John, do you know how to close it out? He's like, I don't know how to close it. You have to close it. We're going to sit here until he figures it out. It's up in the right-hand corner. He said it might be a long show. Do you see it? Up at the top right? Very top right. Okay, hand me the keyboard. Hand me the keyboard. I'll do it for you. I'm only going to do it one time for you, though. That's it, buddy. One time. I'm letting him off the hook this time, you guys. Bye. See y'all.